Good morning students. Today we will discuss about metal casting process. In the last video we have discussed about welding process. Like welding, casting is another manufacturing process which is of vital importance in production engineering. So what is casting? Casting is a manufacturing process in which a liquid material is usually poured into a mold which contains a hollow cavity of the desired shape and then allowed to solidify. The solidified part is also known as a casting, which is ejected or broken out of the mold to complete the process. So casting is nothing but a foundry process where a mold is to be prepared and a pattern is kept inside the mold and the cavity is filled with molten metal. So various materials which are used for casting are metal, epoxy, concrete, plaster and clay. So casting is most often used for making complex shapes that would be otherwise difficult or uneconomical to make by other methods. Heavy equipment like machine tool beds, ships, propellers can be cast easily in the required size rather than fabricating by joining several small pieces. Various types of casting process: sand casting, investment casting, plaster casting, die casting, centrifugal casting, permanent mold casting. These are important casting processes. So next we will discuss what are the steps in making sand casting. The first step is pattern making, then core making, then molding, melting and pouring of the material into the cavity or mold, cleaning and inspection. So first step is pattern making. So what is a pattern? The pattern is a replica of the casting used to make the mold. Consideration to be taken during pattern making are provision of additional allowance to compensate for metal shrinkage and for machining or finishing operation of the casting. Though we are telling pattern is the replica, but we have to add certain allowances. Means we have to increase or decrease certain dimensions considering the metal shrinkage during solidification and the loss of the material during finishing and machining operation. Next, provision of draft for easy removal of the casting from the mold. Means certain slope is to be given on the sides. So that is draft. Next, provision of additional projections known as core prints to produce sheet for cores. While discussing about cores, we will discuss in detail. Actually, cores are used to keep holes or cavities inside the parts to be casted. So for that we use cores. But to support the cores, core prints is to be designed and manufactured in the pattern. Next is core making. I have already told cores are usually used for giving a hollow cavity or a passage in the casted material. Cores are usually made up of sand which are placed into a mold cavity to get the cavity of the desired shape and size, because this sand will be broken when the metal is solidified and the casting is prepared. Cores are prepared usually from green sand using core boxes. Sometimes for using in permanent mold or dies, cores are formed as integral parts of the mold. Next step is molding. The first step is pattern making. So pattern is made considering the part to be casted and other alliances. After pattern making, the core is to be prepared. So the function of core is to provide cavity in the casted item after solidification. So to get this casting part, we require a mold. So what is molding? It consists of all operations necessary to prepare a mold for receiving the molten metal. It includes ramming, withdrawing the pattern, setting the cores in the mold cavity, finishing and closing the mold. So first we have to keep the pattern in a mold box. As core is prepared in the core box, similarly mold is prepared in a mold box. So the pattern is kept in a mold box which consists of two parts, the cope and the drag. If molding board is to be used, it is first placed on the floor followed by the pattern. The pattern is surrounded by molding sand only in the drag part of the flask. Means first we will keep the board. On the board we will keep the pattern. Now the drag part of the mold box, or that is known as flask. So drag part of the mold box will be filled with sand. So that sand will surround the pattern as the pattern is kept inside the drag part. Then the sand is compacted by ramming. So we have to tighten the sand, compacted by ramming. Excess sand is patted off by the strike of bar. So after ramming, if there is any excess sand, it will be removed smoothly using a strike of bar and the box turned over. The other half of the pattern is placed in position, followed by the cope, runner and riser are placed in position, and the box filled with sand and rammed properly. First, we have kept the pattern on the board and kept the drag part. Then we compacted that part with sand. Now after turning it, again the other part of the flask and the other part of the pattern will be kept, and similarly it will be rammed. Here we have to place the runner and riser. Runner and riser are the parts which is required to send the molten metal into the cavity. So once it is rammed properly, then runner and riser are taken out and the pouring basin is made in the sand. So these are all safes by using which the molten metal will flow to the cavity. Vent wire is then applied to provide the vents. So once the sand is compacted, it is tightened. It will not break. So that is the mold. So once the mold is prepared, the cope is removed and the pattern extracted. Because mold is nothing but the cavity. So how we will obtain the cavity? Only when we will remove the pattern. So that replica cavity will be filled by the molten metal. So first we have to ensure that the sand is compacted properly so that when the mold box will be removed, it will not break. Next, after removing the mold box or cope part of the mold box, the pattern is extracted, repairs if any required are made, and gates are cut. Then any additional inserts called core boxes are installed. Now the mold is ready for pouring. Next, melting and pouring. Once the mold is prepared, the core is fitted in the mold. Then this raw material, which is melted using a furnace, is taken by a ladle and poured into the mold cavity. So next, it is kept in the cavity for certain time for proper solidification. After proper solidification of casting, the molds are broken to obtain the casting. This operation is called shakeout operation. This casting carries risers, runners, gates, chills and nails, which are used for preparing the casting. Also, a lot of sands remains adhering to its surface in the form of core. Removal of sands, excess metals in the form of fins, risers, runners, gates, chills and nails is done for cleaning the casting. After cleaning, repair and heat treatment of casting is done. Before use, the required repairing is done, and by heat treatment process, the required structure and mechanical properties of the casting is obtained. Finally, the casted part is inspected to detect any internal and external defect, and general quality is obtained. So this is the diagram of sand mold casting. Here the bottom board On top of the bottom board, the flask, the drag part and the coke part is kept, and to obtain a cavity in the casting, a core is placed in the cavity, and this is the runner through which the metal will go to the gate, finally to the cavity. And riser is used to keep metal for providing molten metal to compensate shrinkage during solidification. So what are the advantages of sand mold casting? Relatively low cost of production, large components can be fabricated, both ferrous and non-ferrous materials can be casted. And disadvantages are lower degree of accuracy and rough surface finish. So this is all about sand mold casting. If we summarize, casting is a manufacturing process where the molten metal is poured into the cavity. After solidification of this molten metal, the metal takes the shape of the cavity. So the cavity is prepared using a pattern which is nothing but the replica of the desired product. So if we require a plate, so similar shape will be prepared out of fine wood as pattern. So this plate is kept inside the mold box, and sand is rammed around this plate as described in the process. So finally the pattern is withdrawn from the mold box, or the mold cavity is generated along with the runner, riser, gate, pouring basin. Once the mold is ready, this molten metal is poured into the cavity by runner and pouring basin. So through gate it goes to the cavity, filled the cavity, and it is kept for certain time for solidification. After due solidification, the cleaning, repair, and finally the finishing operation is done to make the product ready for use. So this is the advantages and disadvantages of sand mold casting. In the next video, we will discuss about types of sands which are used for sand mold.